Well, Disney's worst PR nightmare is finally coming to an end because we got Snow White hitting theaters this weekend. The film revolves around Snow White, played by Rachel Zegler, who is trying to liberate her kingdom from her evil stepmother, played by Gal Gadot, with the help of seven dwarves and a few merry men. Going into this movie, I have not really been all that excited for it. I've never seen the animated version, so I don't have that strong of an attachment to this property. My unofficial Snow White remake came back in 2007 with Enchanted, but back in 2012, we had two variations of Snow White. We had one with Lily Collins, and we had one with Kristen Stewart and Chris Hemsworth. One I don't remember if I did watch, the other one I remember watching, I just don't remember much of it. So now it's Disney's turn to step up to the bat and hopefully be able to swing for a home run. Now, the things that I really enjoyed about this movie, say what you want about Rachel Zegler, and Lord knows everybody has an opinion about her, but she clocks into work. I think she embodies what Snow White is supposed to be. She brings a bit of a charm and elegance to this role that really she is the best part about this movie. Because as a package overall, this movie doesn't really have that Disney magic that I really wanted it to have. Mark Webb tries his best at making this movie feel magical and enchanting for those that love the original film and for people that have kids that are going to be taking them to this movie. And at times it does feel like he is trying to spark a little bit of magic in here, but it doesn't come together overall, mainly because surrounding Rachel Zegler, there really isn't much meat to the story. You know exactly how this movie is going to end, and they try to stay true to the original film as much as my knowledge goes. And some of the CGI in this movie, especially when it came down to the animals with Snow White, I thought they looked fine, and I don't think the seven dwarfs looked all that bad. I know there's a whole controversy surrounding Disney and them not hiring live action actors to play the seven dwarfs and changing them up a little bit from what they are in the animated version to the live action movie. But for me, as somebody that has never seen the animated version, I didn't mind their design. To me, they kind of look like lawn gnomes come to life, and so that's kind of how I saw them. And I think they served their purpose for this movie. I found some of them okay. None of them really ticked me off or were all that annoying. It really does come down to just really the chemistry between the seven dwarves and Rachel Zegler. And I think she does a really good job of emoting with these magical creatures to the point where I was just able to forget that they're CGI. Some of the work on them is fine, but it doesn't really stick out as a sore thumb to me. Gal Gadot is probably the least interesting character in this movie because at times you can feel like she is trying to bring out a strong performance and try to have that menacing quality to her. I just never really found her all that menacing, and when it came down to her singing, at points it does feel like she was singing at 0.25 speed, or that's just how they edited her singing. It does come off as laughable, and it does feel like she is really trying so hard to be really menacing, and it comes off a little bit more laughable than it does menacing. But really a close second to that is the love interest that we have in this movie. I felt no chemistry between the person that plays the prince and Rachel Zegler. These two did not have chemistry, and I just was not able to buy that she would actually fall in love with this guy. They don't do much with his character, and I kind of wish they did a little bit more, especially when it came down to his crew. All of his crew members really don't have the chemistry, and it does try to take itself a little bit serious, but at the same time be able to have that goofy quality, and those two tones just really didn't match for me. One of the fights with the evil queen's guards and the prince and his buddies, it just felt like they found a couple of larpers in the park and they didn't know they were being filmed. That's how some of the fight scenes in this movie just felt, and some of the set designs do feel like you are on a set and it doesn't feel or look natural, which was a little bit more distracting for me. But overall, this isn't a movie that I hated. It's just a movie that I'm not going to be rewatching anytime soon. It is on the lower end of the live action remakes that we've had from Disney, but if you have kids and they're really excited to check this movie out, I think they're going to have a wonderful time with this movie, because in my audience, that's who I felt was having a little bit more fun with this movie. But overall, I'm going to go ahead and give Snow White the stale popcorn bucket. It's a movie that has its moments of charm, especially with Rachel Zegler and how she embodies Snow White. Her singing is great, and that's really what she was mostly hired for. But the package overall could have used a little bit more meat. It could have sparked a little bit more magic and be a little bit more magical for me. But I didn't hate myself coming out of this movie. Is it a movie that I'm going to highly recommend people go check out if you have kids and they're really excited to check this movie out? Yes. Other than that, probably not. It's one that you can just wait for it on streaming. But those are my thoughts on Snow White. Are you guys checking this movie out or are you not? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys for the next video.